Hey, lovies. I hope all is well. So the message today is trapped without progress. Okay? Trapped without progress. It's time for us to go on Gilligan's Island. Okay? Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Gilligan's Island, but a lot of you are. Okay. 1964. Okay. Could be significant for someone. All right. So basically, these 7 people, right? Let's just say we're in limbo. Trapped without progress. Okay. So I got my notes. Okay. Somebody needs to hear this. If you need to write every little word down before you come, before you come in front of the camera, all right, do it. I know how people is. They will make you feel like because you have to write every word down that the message is not coming from the divine. Write it down, okay? It's okay. Write it down. All right, so 7 people, right? Trapped on this island without progress. All right. So, this download came to me on April 13th, okay, 2026. April 13th might be significant for someone, okay? Spiritual algorithm. Deadly sins. There's 7 people on this island, right? That was stuck on the island. All right, 7 deadly sins. All right. Buddhist metaphor. All right. Human existence. All right. These are, this is what came up when I did my research on Gilligan's Island. Okay. All right. So we have the professor. Okay. The professor was full of pride. All right. Howes was full of greed. Ginger was full of lust. Ooh, Ginger and full of lust. Boy, oh boy. Ginger. Okay. Skipper was full of anger. Oh my God. All right. Lovely Howe was full of gluten. Mary Ann was full of envy. Gilligan was full of sloth. All right. So, they say those are the 7 deadly sins, right? All right. Now, let's just be honest, right? Because we are humans, right? Okay. So, we are familiar with one of these things on here. Pride, greed, lust, anger, gluten, envy, sloth, okay? We can relate to 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, who knows, okay? But we can relate, all right? A lot of times we come from that. A lot of times we're born into it. So, of course, we're going to be familiar with it. All right. So, Gilligan's Island serves as a purgatory cycle of suffering. All right. Suffering where we are trapped. All right. right, so it looks like we have poor management, short-term projects into long-term disasters, spiritual temptation, karma, need for transformation rather than escape, okay? So the plan when they went on this island, all right, it's supposed to be, this island's supposed to be a 3-hour tour. This 3-hour tour turned into a lifetime. This 3-hour tour turned into a lifetime. All right? A lifetime of sin that starts small but keeps you longer than you plan. Characters are stuck, constantly tempted by vices. Tempted by vices. That's why this 3-hour tour turned into a lifetime. And last but not least, needing enlightenment to break free. Not only do you, you need the enlightenment, but you have to want the enlightenment. You have to embrace the enlightenment. Accept you for who you are. Go through the dark so you can come on out to the light. But we can't be afraid to go in the dark. We can't be afraid of what we don't want to look at. We can't be afraid of what we're ignoring. We can't be afraid of what we're saying is not within us. Y'all hear that? I don't know. Y'all hear that? Motorcycle. Anyway. So, I kept asking myself, what is this? Why Gilligan's Island? And, I get the 7 people with the 7 deadly sins. I get all this. But what really got to me, you all, was that, I want to say this. You have to pay attention to the certain dates that trigger you. You have to pay attention to the days that you have all these downloads. What is it about this day, this particular day? What happened on this particular day? So, once again, like I said, April 13th is when I got this download. I got a lot of downloads on April 13th. So many. It's my caretaker's birthday. She was born on April 13th. Yeah, so now I understand why this download was given to me. Okay? Because when I think about it, like I say, her birthday is April 13th. Okay? The day I got the download. What comes to me is family. Okay? This Gilligan's Island, family, cults. Okay? Now, when I wrote this down, it came to me, someone does not like when I say the word cults. And it was 6:44, okay? All right, angel number. This is a wake-up call for you to solidify your life structure. You don't like you don't like for me. Ooh, you don't want me to talk about it. Hold on. We ain't doing that. You don't like for me to say the word cults. Because you know you're wrong. You know you need to change. Like I said, this is your wake-up call to solidify your life structure, okay? Not what society expects. All right, what we got here? Okay, if a commitment feels like a heavy weight rather than a support beam, then this is a sign to let it go. Get rich quick, all right, schemes. And someone wants to escape. So, basically, I was born into Gilligan's Island, okay? Hold on, y'all. I was born into Gilligan's Island. Okay. I grew up in a household where my other caretaker, he always loved, get rich quick schemes. Okay. And we lost a lot because of that too. Lost houses, cars. I'm talking about a house almost paid for. Might have been like maybe $3,000 to $10,000 from the house being paid for. Okay, things like that. All right. So I remember those days very well. All right. So we've got spiritual temptation. Spiritual temptation. So basically, a hustle trap. Obsessed with building an empire, but forgetting the purpose of building the empire. Because you have become all for self. And when I say you, I'm not saying you, lovies. I'm talking about the families that we were born into, the islands that we were born on. Okay? The Gilligan Islands. Break that shit. Break that shit. Doom, 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 doom. Break that shit. Break that shit. Break that shit. Break that generational curse. Break that generational curse. Somebody wants to escape. Look, remember we had on here, what was it? Need for transformation rather than escape. No, ain't no escaping. You got to do the work. You got to go look in the mirror and say, okay, yeah. Woo. I got to work on this. It has to be done. So, all right, so Spirit said, which one are you? Are you the one that wants to get rich quick by any means and take from people? Or are you the one that is going to surrender to transformation? rather than escape. Are you gonna break that shit? Do 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 do. Break that shit. Break that shit. Break that shit. Break that shit. Dun 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 dun. I don't know about you, but breaking it. Breaking it. It's broken. I refuse. I refuse to leave this earth knowing that my children, their children, their children, their children have to go through the bullshit that I went through on Gilligan's Island. I'll be damned. I'm gonna doom, break that shit, break that shit, break that shit. Mine is not stepping foot on no Gilligan's Island. So what you gonna do? You gonna stay on Gilligan's Island, or you finna sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it could be. All right, y'all. Hey, this is it. It's all on you. Free will. All right. Till next time, hold it down. All right. Have a golden day. Have a golden day. You deserve it, for you are golden, and my love for you is golden. And shout out to my new subscribers. Mwah. I see you. Okay. Anyway, hey, till next time, hold it down.